Hey ladies, welcome to day 2 of aligning yourself to your supreme abundance. I'm so excited to be here with you. As you're hopping on, say hello to me. And if this is the first time you are watching one of my videos, let me know because I would love to learn more about you as well. We've got tons of people, tons of new people, ladies, beautiful women in this group. So I love the vibe. I love you ladies, and I'm so excited. Before we start today I want to talk a little bit about moving in the transition between 2020 and 2021. But I want to start with an affirmation. Hey Jenna, because I believe moving into 2021 is a time to really create some more magic, to lay down more magic on our path. Because why not? If we can have it all and do it all, why not at least attempt it and go for it? I am grateful for all that I have received and all that is coming my way. That's all we need to know. That is all we need to know and all we need to say. I am grateful for all that I have received and all that is coming my way. Too many times we start focusing on the things that we don't want because they're right in front of our face. It's right here today. Our bank account is right here today, gives us a number. Our bills, we check the mail every day. It's right here every single day. We focus on what is, and we don't like what is, so therefore we focus on what is, and we don't like what is, and we tell someone about what is, and then we have friends or partners that are also seeing what we're seeing, same perspective of what is, if it's bills or money or situations, and what are we doing? Amping up, creating this mud ball of momentum of what we don't want, and we're giving it so much momentum, we're about to put it at the top of the hill and let it go down the hill. Holy cow. We cannot get to our desires by looking at what is. Right now, today is only a bouncing board. It's only a trampoline. Every day is your day to create new. Every day, right now, no matter what you see, was the momentum from the past. We already created all this, so today doesn't even matter. It's old news. It's old gum that's chewed up already. What is important about today is what we're going to create for tomorrow. And because the universe does not work in any sort of time, it works in alignment. Things can come in seconds. Things can come in seconds, minutes, overnight. Like, we don't have to wait. We don't have to wait, but we think we have to wait. And if you think you have to wait, and people are going to tell you have to wait for something or it takes time, and we believe it, then that's what's going to happen. Whatever we believe is going to happen. Hi, Mary. Hi, Paula. Hey, Mindy. So the most important thing to understand is that once you're aligned with what you want, at any moment, especially with social media, at any moment we can be introduced to the right person. At any moment someone could send you a message in your direct message, and want your product or want to sign up with you at any moment. But we don't listen to the signs from the universe. We are too concerned with what is and complaining about what is and feeling guilty about what is, or what happened last night, or what happened last year, now still creates what is, and we're packing on that ball of momentum that serves nobody at all, that we miss the hints, we miss the intuitive hits, we miss the little nudges of, it'd be a great idea if you went here today, it would be a great idea if you went live today, wouldn't it be a great idea, here's a great name for a program, and then if we don't want to do it, we don't do it, and we miss it. So let's just say there was an intuitive hit to do something online, to make a post, to go online, to do, a live video or something. And you were thinking about it and it felt great when it first came in. Yeah, that's a great idea, But then all of a sudden you got busy and you're like, I'll do it. I don't know. It probably won't work anyways. I don't really know if I want to do it or not. And then you don't do it. Could have possibly potentially missed the opportunity that was waiting for you that day, the gift from the universe. Because a lot of times when you just say, yes, I'm going to do it. I don't know what I'm going to say. I'm just going to go on. I'm going to post something. That person that's looking for you in such precise timing will meet up with you online, and that's how it works. Just like I was talking about yesterday, if you're late, you could potentially just meet the person you're supposed to meet. Get the guidance of the next step of what we are desiring, of what we're looking forward to, of what we are creating. So when it comes to transitioning from 2020 into 21, I don't do resolutions. And somebody had asked me last year, they DM'd me, I think she was a fitness coach or whatever. I don't know if she was trying to sell me something, but she's like, hey, what are your resolutions? Have you made your resolutions yet? And I'm like, no, I don't make resolutions. I never have. When I was younger, I never did because I'm like, probably not going to go to the gym, so why bother even say it? I kind of just I knew myself enough, so I'm not going to claim something or say something that I know I'm not going to do. But then as I've gotten older and I create lifestyles out of everything I do, going to the gym is not just, a one-time thing. So I don't want to put the pressure on myself for that. Being on a diet, starting on a diet on Monday never worked for me. I had to start on a diet on Saturday, because Saturday was our pizza night. If I could get through Saturday, Sunday, then I was home free for the week, But I find that anytime we are limiting ourselves in any way, it cannot be sustained. It can't be sustained, So if we're putting goals on something, okay, I need something to happen within 24 hours. I need something to happen within, a week. Or our bills are coming in, so of course everybody wants to know where the money's coming from, and we don't know how, which is the magic. Believe and trust. That's the challenging part, but that's the key to it. Believe and trust that you're not alone. Believe and trust that everything will be delivered to you in the right timing. Every single thing will be delivered to you. The things you need will be delivered to you in the right timing. The things you desire will be delivered to you in the right timing as well. Does that make sense? So then there's another part of transitioning between 2021. Some people just want to just forget 2021, throw it in the garbage, move forward, start fresh, new you, new year. And I'm you're losing a lot of momentum that way too, I feel. So to start from scratch, heck no. We have created so much last year, no matter how terrible it was or how great it was, in all the chaos of it, we still all created so much. We had 365 days of newness, 365 days of new work, new ideas, new inspiration. We grew a whole year. We grew. So why leave that at the door and start fresh? The momentum will take too long. We don't want to start fresh. We want to continue through. We want to continue being amazing by leaving the stuff that did not work, by forgiving and releasing the stuff that didn't work in the past. We do not need to bring that with us. We can acknowledge it, but it's not coming across the line of the new year, the finish line. So there are goals that we created, and that's why I asked this in the group. Did I ask this one in the group about goals? No, I asked the money one. Okay, sorry. The goals that came true this year, the ones that you set up last year, I would love to know what came in for you, the goals that you had put down. What are some things that you celebrated? And then there are also goals that we wrote down and probably didn't come in. And we don't celebrate the things that don't come in. We only celebrate the things that come in, which then makes it seem like we failed. If a goal didn't come in time, then we failed. And we only celebrate that of which we did and which we accomplished and stuff like that, which is great. However, there's no time limit on the goal. There's no time limit on the milestone. We're still living. Just because there's a new year doesn't mean that there's a time clock that someone said, you're out. You can't even have that goal anymore. Forget it. You didn't get it. It's not a race. It's not a race. Perhaps you need 2 more weeks to actually have all the pieces come together for you. Perhaps you need 2 more months to have all of the pieces come together for you. But if you continue working on that goal just because it didn't come true in someone else's matter of time, the person that, that made up the clock or the Apple Watches or whatever, because it didn't come in on that time, doesn't have anything to do with your worth, your failures, nothing. It means I need a couple more weeks, I guess. Or decide if you want it or not to continue it or add in a new goal. But the resolutions I don't feel work for people. It's too much pressure they put on themselves, and I would love to know, do you make resolutions? Do you have goals? Do you set up your year? Do you set up your month? Do you appreciate, can you look back of your year and month to see and track all of the great things that have happened for you, all of the celebrations that you did, whether it was small or big or anything. It doesn't have to be a $10,000 month. It doesn't have to be, a brand new car. It can also be something very, very simple. It can be a conversation with someone. It can be a better relationship with a child. It can be a better relationship with your partner. To celebrate life, to celebrate the magic of life. You know what? I slept through the night last night. I didn't wake up. I would celebrate that, I slept great. I had a mattress, a brand new mattress that I did not like. I was so frustrated that I was in this like mattress cyclone, whatever. And I'm like just irritated that I didn't like it because I like good night's sleeps. And then I got this other mattress that was like $500. The other one was $2,000, and it was perfect. And I was able to sleep. So I'm so grateful for that mattress every time I see it. It doesn't need to be the most expensive thing to work, to be luxury for me, you know? So what are your guys, have you set up your goals for this year, your milestones? Who is here? Mindy and Paula and Jenna and Mary, Julia. Oh, good. I'm glad you're here, Julia. Paula, let's see who else is here. Claim a specific word for the year after praying for which comes to me. Awesome. I love that. If you think you can or can't, yes, absolutely. I love that very much because sure was a year of growth. And your condo, awesome. Congratulations. And Julia, yes, I live a day at a time. This information too, this wisdom is a practice it's a day at a time, 100%, because it's not like you can just manifest for one day and then fall off, you know, because we're manifesting all the time. So if we want to actually continue to call in the things that are beneficial for us, that we actually want to see, we have got to stay on top of our intentions and our awareness and our words and our stories. What are we telling ourselves? So the stories we talked a little bit about yesterday too, but I keep hearing the same stories from people, and that's their story. So if they want to change the story, you've got to change the story. If you want to change what you're seeing or what you're feeling, the story has got to change. And it changes right now. It changes still when you're in a spot where you don't want to be, and where maybe your business, your finances are not quite where they want to be. Keep beating that story of what is will never get you where you want to be. You know, when we get into a car and we're driving, we want the momentum to be on the excitement of where we're going. You know, this destination is going to take us to lots of different places before we get to the desire. And can we enjoy the entire road trip? Or are we just looking at the bugs that are on the window and complaining about the bugs that are on the window? You got to look straight ahead, laser focus, and a clear desire and a clear path. And your willingness to learn also, you know, teachability is another thing that is part of the whole success toolbox is, are you willing to learn or do you know it all? I've run into a lot of people. Oh, I know manifesting. I've heard it all before. I know it. I know it. Like there's no more to learn. Oh my gosh. We're going to be learning until we die. We are learning and getting better and creating and experiencing. And I mean, I'm mind blown every single day because I might just pop something out of my mouth and all of a sudden 24 hours later, it happens. And then I'm like, that's strange. Why did those two people come up to me and say that? It was crazy. Like last week, a couple months ago when I was promoting the Wealth Files, I was in such a high vibration. I could feel myself. Like anytime I got online, I could just feel it. I was so excited about that program. I was so excited about my challenge beforehand. And I went to go to my daughter's work and do a little work over there. I like seeing her too when she's working. So as soon as I walk in, some random person was like, hey, aren't you that girl on Facebook? And I'm like, looking around like, what girl on Facebook? I'm just like, I'm not a girl on Facebook. Like, I'm just Keri Johnson from the Manifesting Dream Hub. I'm like, I don't know him. I don't have men in here. So he's like, no. You just did a video on, I forgot whatever it was. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah. So it was such a serendipitous moment because I wasn't going to sit in the spot that I was going to sit at, but I changed seats a little bit, so we get swayed, the universe pulls us, and then we find our spot, and then all of a sudden we sit next to someone. He was a marketing person, whatever, so I had a really good connection with him, and it was a great conversation. And it made me feel good that, like, I don't know, like that he watched the video and he's passing it along and sharing it and stuff, and it was just very interesting. So as I'm raising my vibration, getting really excited about where I'm at, what's happening around me, the creating that I'm doing for the programs and my live videos and stuff, I get a payment that came through at that very moment. Somebody that I didn't even know joined the program because she just happened upon my page and she happened upon a video, and this was the manifesting information was perfect, exactly for what she needed at that time. And that's how it happens. That's how it happens. So this week I had said, wouldn't it be fun just like, because I don't get out much. So the quarantine didn't do anything for me. You know, I'm here behind my computer like practically 24/7, creating and working, but I enjoy that. I enjoy that. So when I get out, I'm just like, wouldn't it be interesting if someone noticed me today or whatever, you know, just I either say make me laugh or, you know, an interesting thing happen or a fun surprise or whatever. But this one I said, you know, recognize me or notice me, I think it said, just notice me. Which could have gone either way because I wasn't very specific with it. And somebody came up to me and said, who I knew, and he was like, did you ever do work for this one particular, you know, golfing community a long time ago? And I'm like, I don't know what you mean, like marketing or working there or whatever. And he's like, no, he goes, I think I saw you in a commercial, an old commercial that was on YouTube. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I go, yeah, that's me. I'm like, that's funny. Wow, I haven't seen that or heard that, or I didn't even know that they still had the reel still playing online. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of funny. That's it. Didn't think anything other than that. Nothing else. The next day, I get a message from somebody who I know in Chicago that I haven't seen or, you know, heard from in like 15 years. I'm not even very good friends with him. He's a friend of my sister's. Messages me, hey, I'm like looking at golf courses down there in Sarasota, and I thought I saw you in an ad playing tennis. You know, is this you? And I had a tennis offer. I never really played tennis, but I was in about 10 different tennis commercials, acting like I played tennis. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yes, that's me. Hilarious. Again, from that same time. So I was like laughing to myself. I mean, it made me feel good. I didn't understand it yet. Takes me a little bit sometimes. And I'm like walking around going, why did that happen? 2 people within 2 days were showing me my old commercials. And then I'm like, oh my God, I know why it happened because I said it. I said it a couple days ago. Wouldn't it be cool if, boop, like there was no resistance around it. I didn't care one way or another. It wasn't going to stop me from doing anything. It wasn't going to hold me up in any way of living my life or enjoying my life at all. So I did it and I forgot about it. And that is how we have to throw our desires out there. But when it comes to things that we have more emotion around, like money, clients, things that we feel without, we will suffer without because we tend to take ourselves down to the worst case scenario. What if? If we are able to really practice, this is where the practice comes in, and believe and trust when you're saying, wouldn't it be cool if I got a $5,000 check in the mail, boop, and then forget it, and then just like put music on or think about something else or go shopping or cook something or write something or, you know, and be done with it and maybe do something else. Wouldn't it be cool if I booked 3 clients? Wouldn't it be cool if, you know, I had a conversation like this with somebody? Wouldn't it be cool if? Wouldn't it be cool if gives you a little bit of lenience, I guess, to not be strangling the things that we really want, we need, truly, our desires, and we make it fun. So to try to make it more into a fun game, that works for me. Like you gotta like get out of the way. We're the only ones that stop this. Go dig yourself a grave if you know it all. I'm like, I know I don't know it all. My product photography. Oh, yes, Julia. Yes. It's beautiful. It's perfect. And it's easy. Paula working on those goals. Yes. Every day. I am modeling for very soon. Yes. And you're going to own the building next door too, right? I mean, the sky's not even the limit. Like, reach for the stars. Reach for the universe. Jump up. Grab it. And that's why in my Wish program, we do some extra things. We go further and higher because it's possible. You know, we dream and write things out and do workshops of releasing the stuff and calling the stuff in and clearing, making space. You know, when you make space for something, what happens when you make space in your closet for something? You fill it, right? Like you can have the biggest house and you would fill it. Clean out your garage and you would fill it. I look at my garage, I'm just like, did I not just clean this out? Why does it look like it did last time, you know? We fill the space. So when we hold space for our desires, when we get rid of some of the garbage that's within us, some of the old beliefs, some of the negativity, some of the old self-talk, how we talk ourselves out of things, when we get rid of some of those, it makes space for the universe to deliver things to you. If we're all crammed up with like thoughts and chaos and not focused and frustrated and anger and still, holding on to resentments and calling ourselves bad names and being so mean to ourselves, the universe is like, I don't know, like she's full. Her container's full. I know she wants this, but her container's full. So hopefully we'll give her some hints to like dump out some of that stuff. Cleaning out your mind. I know a lot of people have a hard time meditating. Jenna, that candle, staring at a little candle that's flickering for just a couple minutes, thinking about your desires is mesmerizing. Finding a point in the room. If you're with somebody and they're talking and they're saying something that is like kind of bringing you down, you can switch it immediately, find a point somewhere in the room and stare at it. Use your mind. Use your mind to help you. Use your imagination to expand you. And you will be surprised the minute we can like stop our mind from chattering and thinking and talking, things come in and they come in fast. Remember, it's not about time, it's about alignment. It's about aligning everything. You have to have that clear channel. So some of the meditations and hypnosises that I listen to at nighttime, I want to wake up fresh. I want to go to bed, thinking about my desire. I want to go to bed thinking about the end result. How would this make me feel? Thinking about the wish has already been fulfilled. Neville Goddard said that. Wish is fulfilled. You go to bed thinking about, my gosh, I can't even believe that just came in today. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Like all the clients and, whatever you're looking for. Go to bed comfortable, dreaming, imagining, talking about it, talking about the new story, telling someone the new story, and fall asleep like that. Fall asleep like that. And then your body's on lockdown and your subconscious can just bring it like, man, she must have this already. So we better like make sure it's there for her. That's huge. Instead of going to bed, like thinking about your day. Another thing is if something happens during your day that sets you off and you're in bed and you're finding yourself in that anxious, panicky, unsettled, scenario that I have found myself in plenty of times, I got to just shut it down. I call in my angels. I'm like, okay, why is this happening? Where is this happening? Where do I feel this in my body that is unsettled? Is it my heart? Is it my throat? Is it my stomach, like knots in my stomach? Where is it? Is it my back? And then I call the energy in. My highest and best angels come in, draw my energy in on my highest and the most beautiful, sparkling, glistening light in to you, covering your body, going into all your cells, and especially to that area that is unsettled. And then you start dreaming of your wish fulfilled. And then also ask, make me go to sleep, let me sleep amazing, I'll wake up on time, I'll go to the gym, I'll do whatever you're supposed to do, whatever sometimes you get up doing that is hard to do. Telling your subconscious what to do. Claiming it, not asking, not wishy-washy, not wishing, oh my gosh, I hope I sleep good tonight. Oh my God, I hope. Subconscious is going to be like, yeah, we hope too. I don't know, we don't do anything with the word hope. Oh, I wish. Yep, keep wishing. Nope. I command help, I command. I'm so grateful that I'm going to sleep great tonight. I'm so grateful that I'm going to get up before my alarm and be ready for the day and have information and just downloads and easy, fun, joyful day. Because if it's there, which it is, because it's the truth, why not have it? Why not have it every day, And if something sets us off, then we deal with it. Okay, well, I didn't like that. We rescript it. Made me feel like that for a little bit, but I choose not to feel that way because that's not me anymore, and get rid of the situation and then go through that process. I know, Jenna, I'm going to do it tonight. I did something different last night, but I like that. So when I think of alignment too, I think of when we were kids. I went to Catholic schools for a long time, and it was always the nuns. Just get in line, get in line, get in line. Got to get in line, telling the kids, get in line. They couldn't get out of line. The kids are all like, showing off their personalities, who they truly are, and the adults can't handle it. They can't control it. If they can't control something, they don't like it. They've got to get everybody in line to conform for them. Everybody in line. If one person's out of line, get back in line. If you say something that somebody might not like, you're out of line. You're out of line. Be respectful. You're out of line. Did anybody else? I mean, this is what I grew up hearing. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm out of line. Okay, better get back in line. Better conform to society, conform to what I don't know who I'm supposed to be. Apparently, I'm not supposed to be my authentic self because I'm supposed to be what everybody wants me to be, because then they're safe, they're comfortable, knowing that I'm going to behave and not do anything that would embarrass anybody or be a little out there, so the controlling that they had on us. And this alignment is for you, not for them. Aligning yourself, clear channels, so you're aligning to your desires and a clear, open space for the universe to deliver. And then we did it with our kids. Absolutely. Hi, Karen. Happy birthday, Karen. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. Good. You both are watching. I love it. I hope you have an amazing day with your birthday. Hey, Katie. Okay, let's see. One more thing about the school, too, when we were younger. If you would do something, or ask a question, it's more about like if we got in trouble, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? Why don't you think about that? Why don't you think before you speak? Why don't you think? Mind. That's this thing. We're going to allow this crazy thing to give us direction. We're going to allow this crazy thing to tell us what we're supposed to be doing. No, that's what gets us in trouble. Our mind is only there to protect us. Our mind is there for strategy. It's not there for what we need it to be there for. When we are thinking in our head, in order to get the truest and most purest answer, drop it to your heart. It's got to go to your heart. Your heart is where we manifest from. Your heart is the emotional center. And a lot of times with all of the, past hurts and stories and everything that everybody's gone through, we close up our heart. We put a cage around the heart because we don't want to feel anything. I don't want to feel that anymore. I don't want to feel bad anymore. I don't want that person to be able to get to me. So, nobody can get my heart. Nope. I'm going to keep it very, very protected, very, very safe. But then we shut the whole thing off 100%. We can't allow the universe to feel it. We can't allow other people to feel it. That's the magnetism. You have to allow other people to feel you and know that if something's going to happen, that you'll be able to handle it. But we can't close off our heart. And we certainly don't think with our mind. If you want the right answer and you are looking for an intuitive, sometimes we don't know what to do. I don't know, am I supposed to do that? I really want to do that, but is it the right thing? Will it be worth it? Will I waste my money? We go through all of these different things of, should I? What if? What if it doesn't work? What if I do it and then it was the wrong decision? And then we go back and forth. So usually, for most people, if you have a decision to make, in an instant you can get a check in your stomach. Is it a good feeling? Is it exciting? Is it like butterflies? Like, ooh, God, that sounds like fun. Yeah, that would be a yes. But then we go, oh my gosh, that sounds like so much fun. Yes, oh my gosh, I want to do that. But then, then our mind gets involved. Ooh, you better think about it a minute. And then we're like, yeah, I better think about it. But it looks like it would be fun. It looks like it's something I need right now. Better think about it. If we allow our mind then to talk us out of it, it will bring up every doubt and every limiting belief that we have stored inside of us and talk us out of something that could be very good. In the event you feel that really giddy feeling and you do something, and let's just say it didn't work out properly, it's a learning experience. The law of divine compensation will always have your back, no matter what. There's never lost anything. What is meant for you, you will have. And even if it's money, if you buy something or pay for something that you want to and you lose, maybe you didn't have a very good experience or you lose money on it, just try to keep the negative emotion out of it and know and trust, okay, this happened for a reason. I for sure learned that I'm not supposed to listen to that feeling that I got that way. Get clear on what was that feeling then? Was that my for sure yes feeling, or was it just kind of like it feels kind of good. If this makes sense, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how the feelings that I have. But once you start getting that feeling and recognize that feeling, you are going to be getting much better with your intuition, and you'll be able to make quicker decisions and know that they're going to be right. And know if you need to change the decision, because we can always change our mind, that you'll be able to change your mind, and everything will be okay. Like everything will work out. So never to be afraid, unless you get, you'll know right away. Like if something is if you're supposed to do something, or there's an offer presented, or you're supposed to make a decision, and you'll know right away, like you'll get a really icky feeling, like, oh gosh, forget it, no way. Just like when someone walks into a room, you know if they've got good energy or bad energy, things like that. There's another type of person that doesn't really know, kind of seems okay, I'm not sure, I do need to think about it. And then that person that's kind of like vacillating can think about it for a little while, ask for guidance, and then get the direct answer, if that makes sense. So if you're supposed to do it and you're getting all the butterflies and you don't make the decision right then and there, and wait for a couple days, your mind will probably talk you out of something that could have been beneficial for you. But again, timing's everything, and I don't believe that we miss out on anything. I don't really believe in FOMO. If I really, really want it, I should have it. And if it's not meant for me right now, then I won't feel like I'm missing out, if that makes sense. Oh gosh, Jenner, thank you. Hi, Serena. Okay, good. I'm glad to see you here. So life, and the way we think about it, really comes down to two things. The pictures that we make in our head about it, and the words that we speak. We create the stories. This was such a concept that I just could not wrap my head around, but now I understand it, that it's just so weird to think that we create what we see. And it's, I may see something differently than you see something. Two people can see the same sunset and see it differently. So we are creating and then seeing, like life is a movie screen. And this is what's playing. This is what's projecting on it. So when people say, my life isn't fair, it's not fair. I got dealt the wrong hand. I came from the wrong family, wrong side of the tracks. Why does this always happen to me? Whether it's with money or, I can't ever find the right partner. I'm bad in love. I never win anything. When they start complaining like that, first of all, that's their story. And if they keep saying that, then of course they're just going to keep, adding to their story of lack and scarcity. But if the greatest gift to the universe is our gratitude and our appreciation over so many times and things that it's protecting us and we don't know and we get angry, over so many things it's delivering us and we want more, we're not happy with the small thing. We were expecting more. I was expecting more than that. I was expecting more than one client. I was expecting more than $1,000. That's like a slap in the face to the universe. God, slap in the face to God, So that's why it's so important to be celebratory and just so grateful for the small things, because the more grateful you are, the more you will be given to be grateful for. So if gratitude and appreciation are gifts to the universe, and stubbornness and negativity and anger and rage are not, you won't get your gifts. You will live a life of mediocrity that will look unfair. However, you're creating it. So whoever says my life isn't fair, you're creating that by the story you're telling, by the pictures you're looking at, by the judgments you're giving to other people, by the resentments you're holding on to, by the jealousy or envy you have for somebody. It's crazy. That was a little deep when I first, I read that somewhere and I was just like, it's so true. It's so true. Life couldn't be more fair. Life could not be more fair. It doesn't judge. It doesn't discriminate. It just serves back what you serve up. That's crazy. So, with that, we've got to be careful how we think, how we speak, how we think of ourselves, no matter what we were called when we were younger, no matter what identity was put on us when we were younger. BC students were looked at as, even D or failures, F students, they were looked at as failures. And teachers, when I was growing up, they weren't afraid to tell you that. They weren't afraid to call you out on that. The A students were the ones that were going to make something of themselves. And a lot of times the B, C, D, F students aren't interested in school. They have a different path. Maybe they're creative. Maybe they want to be a musician. Maybe they want to, maybe they're not interested in algebra. Maybe they can't be contained or live in a world of conformment because they're unique and they want to spread their wings. And they're not just going to get A's or B's and study when they're not interested. It's very difficult to do something that you're not interested in doing. It's very misaligned. Very misaligned. So a lot of times the valedictorians, the A students, think their way out of situations. They think their way. They're such thinkers and they're so intelligent that they almost sometimes think their way out of an easy situation because they've got to go through every single, what could go wrong, what could go right. They've got to balance everything out to make sure they're making the right decision. And sometimes it's just not up to us. We've got magic out there. God wants to deliver. So just to be open, oh my gosh, okay, I'm not even gonna think about it. This is what I want. And this is how I would like to see it play out. Then I'm just gonna allow myself to roll with it. I didn't have to worry. I was a BC student, so I didn't have to worry about overthinking. But I have found myself overthinking. I found myself controlling. I have found myself overworking, and that's a little bit of the hustle mode. That's the masculine energy of having to get it done, having to see the end result. If I can't do it, nobody else can do it. I'm the only one that can do it, so I take on all the burden myself. I know a lot of mothers do that. A lot of, women in business do that because sometimes it's just easier to do it yourself. But that's when hustle comes in versus flow. So mixing the perfect amount of strategy and mindset, and yes, you have to hustle a little bit. You got to go do it to be it, to have it for sure. But mixing it in such a way where when you're working, it's fun because you're getting intuitive hits, inspiration, creativity. And the more you start doing whatever that is, the more motivation you're going to get to do it, the more fun you're going to be having. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, you have a book written or a song written, or, you just follow the intuition and things just get downloaded. You just write, you just keep writing, you just create things. That's when it really becomes fun. But the hustle, the misalignment is forcing against the current. And we don't want to force against the current. If you're forcing against the current, you got to stop for a second and ask for some guidance. Stop and look at the candle flame. Stop and look at a point. Stop and close your eyes for a second. Try to get the mind to shut off for a minute. It's seriously, daily intentions, daily praying, daily dedication. And you have to believe. You have got to believe. Jesus could not even heal people without asking first, do you believe? They had to believe or they could not be healed. Thank you, Paula. So name some of your milestones that you would like to hit, some of the goals. I don't want to say goals because I don't want a time limit on it, that you would like to hit this month, in the next 6 months. Put some down. Oh, good, Julia. Vision boards are awesome. I absolutely love them. All right, let's see. Okay, so another thing that came up the past couple of days is guilt around money, guilt around debt, guilt around spending, guilt around, everything that money brings to us, does for us, and how we use it, I guess. So we go deep in my wish program into this stuff here to clear the money blocks, to clear the mindset of this, find out where the blocks and beliefs are coming from and rewire and rework them. So you have a clear channel and you're open and ready to receive. So I've got some really cool techniques, my favorite manifesting techniques, my favorite releasing techniques we're going to be doing in the wish program. But to know that debt is not good or bad, money is not good or bad, and we beat ourselves up over debt and get so guilty about the debt that we create. And especially if you've got someone else, viewing that as well, then you've got two people viewing this debt. What are we going to do? There's more debt than income. And again, you cannot get to where you want to be if you're focusing on what you don't want. So if you look at debt in a way as an opportunity to buy something, to invest in something, and you're just paying it off. You're just paying it off. So the banks trust you enough to give you credit. So it should be such an honor, really, to have the credit. Invest in yourselves, in your personal development work, in your transformational work, or in investments, so your money grows too. But not to beat yourself up over debt, because a lot of wealthy people still have debt. They still have mortgages, because a lot of times they get wealthy because they're using other people's money and then, compounding that. So it's not that all wealthy people, millionaire, billionaires, are debt-free. They could pay off everything probably, but they still use and take advantage of our system, the credit, the banks, investors, that they, make money for and then return on investment type of thing. But I think there's a misconception when people and women want to pay off all the credit cards. Totally cool, I want to pay off. I don't want to have any debt. I don't like saying that as an affirmation. I don't want any debt, because something could happen. You won't have any debt, but then you won't have any income. Maybe someone is then now having to take care of you. Maybe you can't work. So I like to cover my bases when it comes to how I say things. Easily pay off my credit cards every month, because there's more money coming in than going out. Really appreciative of all these using credit so I can make more money. Something like that, to give debt a job, to honor debt, to not condemn it and not be judgmental over it and not be guilty. Don't beat yourself up over it, because focusing on that right there, like I said, it won't get you past it. You're going to be creating that ball of momentum of debt, and more debt and more debt and more will come into the point where you won't be able to even pay it, because you're imbalanced in the way that you're thinking between debt versus earnings. And the same thing with money too. Like, people have issues with money. With all the stories that we heard, money's bad. People are greedy. Money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford it. You don't need that. All the stuff, all those beliefs about money. I don't really need that. I'm in a bargain shop because who would spend that on that? Whatever the story is about money is the same thing. Like, money is an opportunity. When you have money, you've got an opportunity to be better, do better. And the women that I help, part of my journey in helping and coaching is to help women manifest the money, because I know that they're going to do something good with it, because the women I work with want to do something good with it. So the more money they get, the more money will be circulating. They'll be helping the economy. They'll be able to be helping other people, teaching other people, and creating freedom for other people. So money is an opportunity to make the world go round, to do other things, to give you a comfortable space to live, to let you have a car that's reliable, to get your daughter, or the ballet shoes she needs. When I was waitressing, that was one thing that I will never forget. Is one of the waitresses said, "I've got to make $100 tonight because my daughter needs ballet shoes." And she was like 20 years older than me, and I'm like, "You're waitressing? Oh my God, I don't want to say that. I don't want to be here working $100, needing $100 every night to make a payment like that for my kids or whatever." It just seemed, I don't know, it didn't seem right for me. I don't know. It was something I'll never forget. But when I was younger, growing up, I grew up in a wealthy family until I was 10, and then they lost all the money, so I didn't know what to do with my life, and I was going to do what my dad did, or be a stay-at-home mom like my mom. So I always worked 2 jobs. I didn't mind working. I always hustled just to make ends meet. And guess what? I only made ends meet. There was not much extra. I had to help pay some of my family bills, my parents' bills. There was a family of 7, so I was guilty. I felt guilty, like seeing them. I was crushed seeing them suffer, because what is my dad going to do? How do you get another job? How do you support a family of 7 when you're broke and you're an entrepreneur? Like, what do you do? You know, taking care of my sister who was 10 years younger than me, buying her bathing suits. I was thrift shopping. I was doing double shifts, crying myself to sleep, to asking my dad when I would come home at night after my double shifts. I'm like, I hate this job. I hate this job. How much did you make? I'm like, $200 or $300. And he's just like, don't quit that job. Don't quit that job. And I'm like, I hate my life. I hate it. And I knew I could get out after I got married. I knew I could get out of the family. And that was one of my things. I needed to escape the scene, the frequency, the vibration, the poverty. It was horrible. And once I got out, I was able to do my own thing. And I didn't mind working 2 jobs. I knew where I was going in life. And then when I got married, you know, I had a whole another situation that I needed to get out of. Because, you know, the limits don't really work for me. And when I had my baby and found that camera, I didn't know what to do except pray. I prayed and prayed and prayed. Please, please help me. Please guide me. I'm lost. I'm lost. What am I supposed to do? How can I make money and have fun doing it? How can I be with my kids? I've got this baby now. Why does it feel like I'm being punished? Please guide me. Every day, I'm just like, show me the way. Show me the way. And the path was lit up. One step at a time. I never knew anything other than what was going to happen the next day. When I woke up, it would unfold and I would go to bed. That's all I knew. That's all we get. One direction in the GPS. Turn right. Well, then where? Well, when you turn right, I'll tell you. Now take a left. Because if we were given all the information, we'd forget it anyways. You know? I'm like, okay, that's one at a time. One at a time. One direction at a time. So make sure that you know what your dominant story is over your future. Is your dominant story that you tell daily and tell your friends over things you're worrying about, or over the successes that you're excited in gaining? It's just about really awareness, because we do ping pong back and forth into the old paradigms and where we're going. So just to keep your eyes focused on the road, keep your eyes on the ball, so we can get there faster, more fun, more free, and just have so much more joy in our lives, because it's there, so why not, right? Why not? And again, you were born worthy and nothing has changed. You are blessed beyond belief and supported beyond belief and unstoppable. I love you guys. Thank you for showing up. I'm so grateful for you, and I will see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock for day 3.